Everyone, today's story is called How Do You Say Goodnight by Tommy Nelson. The sun began to lower in the sky. Zoey the zebra needed to get ready for bed soon, but as she looked past her grassy home, she had a thought. How do others say goodnight before they're tucked in tight? Do they stop to pray before they hit the hay? Do they brush their teeth before they go to sleep? What's the very best way to end each wonderful day? So Zoey went on a search for the best way to say goodnight. Do you say goodnight? Zoey asked a pride of lions. We say goodnight with all our might. We wrestle and roar and then play some more. We softly sing, then bow to our king, and then we growl goodnight. The zebra thought that sounded fun, but her search had just begun. Then Zoey asked a sounder of warthogs, How do you say goodnight? We find a puddle and lie down to cuddle. We wiggle our snouts, we squeal and we shout, and we thank God above for his sweet gentle love. Then we grunt and snort good night. She liked how warthogs end the day, but still continued on her way. She neared a herd of elephants. She asked, How do you say good night? We eat a light snack and spray off our backs, and when it turns dusk, we brush off our tusks. We thank God for the fun we had under the sun, and then we trumpet good night. The zebra wanted to join in, but onward Zoey went again. Zoey walked up to a flock of ostriches and asked, How do you say good night? We all get together and preen our long feathers. We eat something sweet, a big bedtime treat, and then we tell stories of God's wonderful glory. Then we squawk good night. The zebra liked that bedtime drill, but Zoey trotted farther still. Little Zoey saw a troop of monkeys and asked, How do you say good night? We swing through the trees as fast as we please till we find a nice bed and cover our heads and thank God for our deep and comfortable sleep. Then we screech good night. Zoey loved this bedtime groove, but she left still on the move. How do you say good night? Zoey asked a pod of hippopotamuses. All together, we make our way down to the lake. We float near the surface and do this on purpose so we can breathe the night air and thank God for his care. And then we huff and puff good night. Sweet Zoey liked that fun good night, but she walked on, soon out of sight. Now the sun was so low it barely peeked above the horizon. Zoey thought, I love the lions' roars and their deep and heavy snores. The hippos make me laugh when they make a giant splash. Each good night was great. Now I can hardly wait to say my own good night with my family snuggled tight. Zoey happily galloped back to her home. I'm ready to say good night, she announced. So the whole family walked to their favorite sleep spot. They stood close and nuzzled their soft, cuddly muzzles. The zebras thanked God for all that he's done, and then they yipped good night. It felt just right. Sweet dreams, everyone. Bye.